Check, check. I think we're gonna do... I'm moving the window around some. Okay, making sure that this audio works. Check, check. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my mic up some. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. It's probably good right there. Give or take. Check, check, check. I'm gonna play some background music. Check, check, check. 2, 3, 4, check. Alright, I can afford to bring this up just a little bit. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Okay, sweet. Yeah, that's good enough. Alright. Give me 1 second. I currently do not have a computer desk chair, so I have been using one of my couches that I have, and surprisingly enough, it's not actually comfortable being at my desk. So, and I've been sitting in it all day, quite honestly with you. So I'm gonna use my kitchen chair, one of my like dining chairs, and use that instead. I am here with my dog, Tito, and he is resting. It's his bedtime, so he's chilling here on the couch. So, buddy, I will just give you the whole couch, and you can have it all to yourself. And I'm going to sit in arguably the more uncomfy kitchen chair. Excuse me, pal. All right. Oh yeah, this is just as bad. Actually, no, this is a little better. Just kind of wish that it was shorter. Okay. So yeah, we are, simply put, just going to be video editing. This video here, yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to keep the stream up on my other browser, and I'm just going to be editing. So not really much to talk about aside from, I guess, the editing process. I want this to actually be like a good video, you know, one that time and stuff into, rather than it just being like a low effort kind of thing. So, see, this is going to come out in October, and thankfully I have a October intro. So we're going to run with, oop, not what I meant to do. We're going to run with this. Sweet. Right there. Put that there, put this here. I think I have some background music. Yep. Sillage City. We will use these. We'll use those three. Pokemon. Oh, sweet. This might just be the Lumios theme, in all honesty, which I already have. I don't want to sort them by name, I want to sort them by type. And then I want to do, yeah, audio on bottom. Good. Okay. What is Sycamore's theme? Let's meet this for right now. Yeah, that's fine. I can keep that music mostly playing. Let's shift it though. Let's bring my gain down to about 10%. Okay, and then we bring this audio back up. We'll probably go 90. 90's fine.
The ideas that we have.
Okay, yeah, gain doesn't have to be too loud. Let's bring it down to 80. actually.
You were pretty fun, creative, and
Okay, that's not bad. Maybe 75, and then with some noise removal stuff.
honestly, I think they deserve it.
Okay, yep, so noise removal is too strong, so maybe increase the sensitivity but lower the amount.
Care, especially
Or lower sensitivity,
CA.
back up to 85 maybe?
So today, I want to walk you through what could have been our dream
And then bring this down to maybe 7 or 8%.
New characters, new Pokemon form. The setting, we're going to talk about Kalos, the time period, and everything.
I kind of wish, maybe emphasize, maybe this is what I want. See, I don't know what this means, the ramp position. Outside, span, or inside? I don't know what this means.
So today, I want to walk you through
Okay, honestly, that kind of just automatically helped. Okay, maybe I can afford to bring this up then too.
that I have on the screen, and you guys can just basically highlight sections
11.
on video. So first up, we're going to talk about the setting. We're going to talk about Kalos, the time period, and everything else that has changed.
15's probably good.
So, yes, you can return to Kalos just like in
Alright, cool. So this video is going to be a little interesting because I refer to the fact of like stuff on the screen even though I'm reading from what's on the screen, as well as just being discussion. I mean, yeah, this is going to be fun. Dev? No, that's the wrong. Dev? Yes, there it is. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna gather footage and stuff that I know that I want. Region map right here. Copy. Can I copy the image? Can I paste it in here? Nah, I didn't think so. Alright. View more actions. Can I download this image from Google Doc? Save to keep. It's in notes. Okay. Replace image, image options. Replace image. Upload. I don't want to replace the image. I want to download the image. Image options. Nothing. Okay. Well, I guess I can just Alt Windows S for screenshot. No. Control Windows S. No, that's a voice command. I don't need that. Go back. Do you want to continue? No. Close. Okay. Alt Control S? No, I think that was just like a regular screenshot. How to take screenshot on Windows. I grew up on Mac. It's Windows Shift. Windows Shift S. There we go. I do need this. Okay. Go out. There we go. Yeah, my webcam's also been a little finicky. Like when I live streamed whatchamacallit earlier today, Rematch. Oh, this is actually in my pictures, screenshots. There we go. My camera was being finicky, so I might have to replace the USB-C cable, or not USB-C, USB Type B, I think it is, or it's a mini, something like that. So I think I just want to focus on it. Actually, you know what? Do I already have like a... LOL, I do. Okay. Oh, those are screenshots. Do I have... Nope. Content creation. YouTube. PPZ? Background images? I mean, this is like an old version of the thing. Images. Oh lord. Oh lord. Why did I do this to myself? Okay. Alright. let's go ahead and add some things that I know I'm gonna want. Well, it kind of sucks because I know I want a lot of this. Shoot. Okay, let's just start from the bottom. Wickstrom. Shauna, Paul, Malva, Lysander, Kahili, Hexmaniac. I mean, I think part of me just wants to start this over. Okay, which I hate to do. Okay, let's go to desktop and desktop. No. How do I get chat to actually? There we go. Show chat. Okay, there we go. Desktop. Need to go to my content creation hard drive. YouTube. PPZ. Alright, let's get rid of these. New folder. Images. Okay. And we're going to start from scratch and just basically go through the right here. I do want a generic background image though. So let's just get a Kalos background. Just like a generic image of Kalos. I guess of the Pokemon League. That's fine. Not the Smash one, but the one from like the actual game. This one, if it... My Windows doesn't let me do that on this one. Let's see here. YouTube, PPZ, images. This is a JPEG. Good. Desktop. Nope, not desktop. Content creation. Why is this here? YouTube, PPZ, images. Okay. The other thing I need are the Pokemon XY protagonists, and I need them to be transparent. I would prefer an image where I can just have both of them on screen at once, but I guess separate is also fine. So Callum is a web file. Oh my god, I killed myself. Serena, are you PNG? Nope, you're a web file. When I'm happy, I say, people love my mustache. When I'm sad, I say, this time I'm really gonna do it. Alright, Serena, I got her image. Sweet. Now I need Callum. This is a cool, like, transparent, it's a fan image. Which, I'm kind of torn on, like, using fan images. Like, the benefit of using the official ones is, like, no one cares if you use them. And fan images, it's like, well, I want to give the fan artists, obviously, the recognition of using their art. But unless I'm, like, notoriously keeping track of all of the individual artists, it becomes hard. Which, like, isn't really an excuse, of course. But in, like, a perfect world, I just wish that it were, I guess, easier to do that. Keep a stupid web file. This is from the Pokemon Wiki. What if I open the link? If I download it from the Wiki, is it still a web file? Yeah. Oh wait, yeah. What about his masters? His masters render. Maybe I'll have better luck with his masters render, or is this also from the Wiki? Yes, it is. Shoot. Okay, what about Callum with blonde hair? Callum with blonde hair. or Callum with Esper, or sync pair. Wait, I found the sync pair, and PNG. Perfect. Okay, that's sweet. Next, I know I need Bonnie, Pokemon, XY, transparent. Okay. Please be PNG, PNG, PNG. Nope, web file. Okay, what about this image of Bonnie? That's not PNG. What about this one? Yep, bingo. Okay. And then now Alon. Cool. Is this PNG? Yes, it is. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, and then Lysander. Web file. Over here. Web file. Web file? Yep. What about this one? It doesn't need to be his like full body. Nope. Dag nabbit. Here's like a battle sprite of him. Is this one still from the wiki? Yeah. Dude, who invented web files? I feel like I never saw them as a kid, and now I see them all the time. Like, they've got to be relatively recent. They've got to be a new concoction. And I don't get the point of them. Like, are they... I mean, because they're essentially links, right? Instead of being like a native file, they're a link to a file. So, like, does it just make it easier for websites to pull the image? Like, what's the actual purpose of a WebP file? I'm not going to look it up, because I'm too busy being rational adult and video editing. I just don't care enough to look up the origin of WebP files. Dog, I just need this guy transparent. I'm gonna be so real. There we go. I've got like a bunch of different images now. Bulbapedia coming in clutch. Alright. Trevor, Pokemon, transparent. That's the Pokewika. Pokewika. What if I just type in Bulbapedia? If their image will come up? Yes, it did. But it's not transparent? Ah, Bulbapedia. What are you doing to me, dog? What are you doing to me, dog? Well, I don't know. Like, maybe if I go to the link and then click here, image download. Okay, PNG, I got it. I just downloaded it from the actual, like, source of the website. That works. Okay, so Trevor, Alon, I got all those. I guess, let me do Sky Battles. Sky Battles. There we go. Okay. Image link, JPEG, that's fine. Just type in Sky Battle. Okay. What else? I guess I need... What's the girl's... Is it Olivia? The Viola. It's Viola. Viola, Pokemon, XY, transparent, Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia never lets me down. Except I have to go to the website to manually download the image, which is fine because it's still transparent. Yup. Cool. And then now I need Grant. Let's go back, which is easy because I can just rename the URL. Perfect. Save. Perfect. Okay. Then I need Shauna. So let's go back, rename Shauna. There you go. Okay. And then I don't really have an image for the next gym leader, so I'm probably just going to do Kahili from Sumo. It would help if I spelled Kahili right. There we go. Because Kahili is like arguably what I want the character to look like. The one gym leader. Hex, Maniac, Girl, Transparent. Oh my god. I mean, her 3DS model works well too. Yep, just a PNG. X Maniac Girl. Got it. Okay, and then Clement. I need Clement, so let's just go over here and rename the URL from Bulbapedia. Download from Bulbapedia. Clement. Great. And then what else do I need? I need Paul. I need a picture of Paul. Everyone loves Paul. Paul is cool. Sycamore. It would help if I spelled Sycamore right. I gotta be honest, with Gen 10, I really hope that they do continue the tradition of naming the professors after types of plants or trees. Because they did that all the way up until, with like a few exceptions, right? Because like Pokemon Dream Radar has a Pokemon professor who's not named after a tree. Pokemon Go, I don't remember its professor's name, but by and large, the main series, each one is named after a type of tree. And I hope that they continue that with Gen 10. Because Gen 9 was Sada and Toro, but that's an exception because they're different different professors depending on what version of the game that you're playing. So, understandable. What else? I need Sycamore. I got most of those. I'll get Wickstrom. I need Wickstrom. We will be actually editing here in a minute. I'm just grabbing some of the sources that I know that I need. Seabold. Yep. And then Seabold and Deonta. Yep. Bingo. Sweet. Cool. Deonta. I mean, I guess I'll need Drasna eventually. And I need Malva. I kind of wish that the original X and Y game did something more with Malva as like an actual team player leader. Because it's cool, right? That the fact that like a villain is part of the Elite Four. But I don't know. I kind of wish that it was similar to like Giovanni, where you're even in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you fight Giovanni like I believe it's 2 or 3 times, and then you fight him as a gym leader, and he uses different teams when he's a gym leader and when he's not. So that would have been cool with Malva. But alas, we do something different with her in this. I guess I should mention what video I'm actually editing here. This is a video of like an idea for a fan game that me and some friends had a long time ago. I say a long time ago, it was a couple years ago. Basically where it's a fan game of Pokemon XY called Pokemon Perfect Z. And so yeah, that's what that is. So good news though is Mega Kalos starters are real, so I don't have to get fan art. I can quite literally just get their transparent images. So, oh shoot! Except their web files. Oh my god! I don't want to convert. What? Stupid, stupid, stupid. Actually, I wonder if I pull from the website source. I imagine probably not. I imagine that there's still going to be a save image as web file. Yeah. What if I inspect? If I inspect, can I get the actual image file, or will it still be a web file? I mean, I don't know. We'll just do Chestnut transparent. I won't grab the megas. I'll just do the actual trio themselves. Oh, that's a web file. Okay. Oh wait, Pokemon Wiki with the Pokemon Wiki with the web file. Man, none of this. Okay, what if I type in PNG? Will I actually get a PNG? That is the question. Yeah, I did. Okay, sweet. Chestnut. Greninja. And then Delphox. Ah, that's a web file. It lied to me. Save image. There we go. Delphox. Okay. What else will I need? I mean, I went over the story. Where's the project plan? Here it is. Characters, and then I guess just Pokemon. Yeah, I guess so. All right. I want to do. Actually, I know what I want to do. I do refer to this document that's actually present in the video a couple times. So I'm gonna have the video play underneath, and then that way I can just like clip this out whenever I don't want to talk about it anymore. Man, this is such an ugly picture. I wonder if I can like HD upscale it. HD. Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this not for free? Come on. Come on. I mean, in my opinion, this is like the kind of stuff that like AI and stuff should be used for. Like minor fixes and tweaks and stuff. Or things that are like actually like beneficial and helpful to society. Using AI to like detect like cancer growing tumors and stuff like that. Like that's always good in my opinion. Oh, my headset just turned off. There we go. So, I mean, in my brain, that's kind of the purpose of AI. Content creation, YouTube. Where did I save that? PPC images, and then it's right there. Okay. I get 5 free images to upscale. Okay. Just standard, I guess. Upscale rate, I guess times 4. So, but anywho's. I mean, like, and I also personally don't see the harm of like using it to like help write a paper and whatever things like that too. Like, should you generate your homework and stuff completely out of AI? No, but if I use AI to like fix my homework assignment, I mean, in all honesty, guys, that's really fine. Maybe I'm an old man on that one. Okay, let's compare these images side to side. Yeah, you can tell that it definitely used AI. Like, the door is so jank. Yeah, there's parts of this that are kind of worse than the original screenshot, which, like, is not a shocker, but whatever. We will use it because it is a little bit clearer, and it's just going to be a background image that I'm going to darken anyways. It was just the muddiness was too muddy. So, let's see, video, visual effects, there we go. Color tint, or, yeah, I want to color tint this. Tint black or white. We'll do white with a dark tone being black. Ooh, I kind of like that. Intensity. Like right there, desaturate. I'll go like right. That looks kind of cool. I want it to be like, I want it to be sharper. Which maybe, I don't know, maybe that's this. Yeah, so like I want this, but not as, here's the this is the actual color that's left in it. It's feel like, okay, first of all, it's too bright. And I can't decide where I want the, okay, now I want it to be like fuzzy. So we'll go to glow. I think I just want to, I mean, here's the thing. Let's say I do this. Yeah, that's what I want. I just wanted to lower the opacity, I guess. But I don't want this to be see-through either. So, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Bro, I love that so much. I love that intro. I love how I normally don't ever use the Christmas one. I just don't have videos come out in December as much. But I have pretty notoriously for the past couple of years made a video in October. So I always have a reason to use the... Man, what is the point of favorites? There we go.
We never finished it, and honestly, we probably never will. But looking back, the ideas that we had were pretty fun, creative, and honestly, I think they deserve to be shared, especially with Pokemon Legends CA just around the corner. So today, I want to walk you through.
I should get a screenshot of Legends ZA. Do one of these promo arts here, as long as it's not a stupid web file. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Our dream version of comics. New characters, new Pokemon forms, returning mechanics, and a whole lot of side content. So in order to do this, we're to basically be going over the project plan here that I have on the screen.
I'm gonna make a little annotation here. Project plan may come and go throughout the video. Put this like right in the middle. Sweet. Okay. And then honestly, actually, you know what I want to do? I should just flip these images. Put you on the bottom and put you here. And then I should bring this opacity back up and I should crop this. To be essentially just this. Oh, no, that's the, hold on, wait, I can go to undo. Okay, there we go. Okay, sweet. And then I want to add, where's a border? Video effects, border, or I guess drop shadow, or border and drop shadow. Thickness, pretty thick. Make it a black background. Sweet, okay. Or you know what? We're gonna make this green for Zygarde. Good. Make it like a little bit darker. Like a, yeah, there. Sweet. Cool.
Pokemon Perfect that I have on the screen, and we're gonna just basically add.
And then I'm just basically gonna have to constantly fade in and out this thing. Okay. So like here it should be opacity 0. Here, good. Okay.
That I have on the screen, and we're gonna just basically highlight sections. We're not gonna go through this whole thing, otherwise this that I have on the screen. And
Sweet.
we're going to just basically highlight sections. We're not going to go
Okay.
small things, otherwise this would be a long video. So first up, we're going to talk about the setting. We're going to talk about Palos, the time period, and everything else that has changed and is different from before. So yes, you return to Palos, just like it's changed and it's different from before.
So like here, I think I'm gonna add a custom effect, animation custom. Do the same thing where I now make it 0 opacity, and then we're gonna do like just Lumio City, I guess. Like I need a good picture of like being in Lumios City, Pokemon XY. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a bunch of ZA stuff. Unless I get a clip from the anime, which I can do. I can certainly do. So, where's that? Here it is. We're gonna pull this image, draw it out, good. Low quality, it's fine. There's no point in me upscaling this, it's not gonna stay long.
So yes, you do return to Palos, just like it was in Pokemon X and Y and original games. However, in Pokemon Perfect, see within both an AU, so alternate universe take on the events of XY, as well as like the pseudo sequel. So it would have taken place about 10 years after the events of the original XY. So like Paladin Arenas would have gone on their journey. They would have become champion and all that jazz, right? But nothing would seem or would have happened. It just would have been like a regular thing. The characters are aged up, so Trevor, Sean, Lon, Bunny, all these other characters are aged up. And yeah, so it's both an AU and like the sequel essence, right? So some other things that have changed would be the region itself.
Okay, yep, so I can do this, replace it with the map. Perfect. And then transitions, oh wait, no, just favorites, fade. Bingo.
We can jump to view now.
Boop.
Yeah. So as you'll see on the screen here, red are where the member gyms are, yellow are locations, and orange indicates a new different machines around. So here, I mean, you will still start to manually Vanderbilt town, city, just Santaloon is where the first gym will be, which isn't any different than the original games. Lumios will then take you all the way west, where Route 5 to Kingsford Town has been disassembled and marked off. So you have to just continue all the way west to get to the game on Route 7, specifically City. And then Geosenge Town is the second gym, and then you'll notice you'll have to go all the way back past Lumios to Dindamil Town, where the third gym is, and then back over west to Shalor for the fourth gym, Lumios for fifth, going up north to Lothair for sixth, Ambrett's Town for seventh, and then Anastar for eighth. And then the Pokemon League still being past Snowy Town as well. So yeah, that's what is different with the region. The only other thing that's kind of noticeably changed are sky battles. So yeah, that's what is different with the region.
So I can trim that, go back to media, import the Sky Battle. Sky Battle, Sky Battle, Sky Battle, there you are.
The only other thing that's kind of noticeably changed are sky battles.
Bring that there. Bring you up. Probably make you, that's a good size, I think. Put you in the middle of the screen.
We didn't really decide if we wanted to keep them or remove them. We decided ultimately to keep them.
Yeah, I did specify. People are probably going to mention this if I get comments on this video that I left out electrics. I did that on purpose because like ice and rock are more like weather based than lightning is, in my opinion. Like most electric type Pokemon, if not every electric type Pokemon, can conduct their own electricity, whereas like rock type Pokemon and flying type Pokemon just kind of are what they are, right? Like a rock type is a rock type; it commands rocks. Oh, a flying type can flap its wings. So they were more like tangible things than like electricity that I felt like, or no, sorry, in ice types, that I felt like the weather condition could have actually like done something about.
So, okay, yeah. So let's jump to characters next.
Okay. So control. I mean these three. All of, well. Wait, what did I just do? I think I just made copies. I did. Ugh, shoot. How do I undo that? What did I just do? How did I do that? I just made copies of all of these. Okay, that's so stupid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay.
All the way over here. So first of all, yes, you would have played as one of the two protagonists.
So we got Callum again. Callum and Serena. We will scale them down a little bit. What I'm going to do is this. I want to actually like make their size somewhat proportionate. There we go. I think I do want to make Serena just a smidge bigger. Okay.
We weren't really like sold on these names. These were always have to change. But they essentially been entered into versions of Callum. So Carson would have resembled Sabrina and Stella would have resembled Callum. So as far as your rivals go, the first of them being the other player character that you did not do.
Okay, so here we are going to split. Where's split? I used to, I mean, for those of you that don't know, I used to be split selected. There we go. I used to solely be a Mac guy, and so this is the same editing software that I used, but on my Mac. And in my personal experience, wait, why did I flip them? I didn't have to flip them. In my personal experience, I think this it does work better as a Mac video editor, because like at least when I had a Mac, like Sony Vegas and stuff like that wasn't allowed on it, or you couldn't run them. So that was why I went to Camtasia, and then I had a license, so I've just always used it. I need this to be 180. There we go. Okay. So I've just always used it. It's the one that I'm most familiar with, and it's pretty natural and easy and stuff. But if you have the ability to pick a better video editing software like Sony Vegas or anything like that, then I would highly recommend it. But that said, like this video editing software is very like newbie friendly, right? So like if you're just doing like basic YouTube videos like what I'm doing, then this will work perfectly fine for you. But yeah, again, if you can afford something that's better, then get it. So I would actually prefer Kalos starters transparent. If I can just get an image that has all three. That's not a web file. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a cute little image here. Please don't be a web file. Transparent PNG. Sometimes when you actually Google search PNG, you'll get it. Alas, this is not one of those times. I may have to look them up individually. I mean, I have the fully evolved ones. They're just different images. It would just kind of be better if I had the 3 put together. Oh well, I'll just do them individually. So I will say that between Chestnut, Delphox, and Greninja, when these games came out, I loved Chespin. Chespin just looked adorable. He looked like the kind of Pokemon that I would love to have, right? And I kind of always pictured him being a more like thief based Pokemon because of like the little hood that he has, right? So when the leaks for X and Y came out like a month before the game came out, because for those of you who don't know, the game was out in the wild before it officially came out, I was praying to God that the leaks were fake. I was like, oh please, like don't. I just wasn't a fan of Chestnut, and I wasn't really a fan of the frog and how it looked in 3D either. So I got Chespin, and it did evolve into Chestnut, and I mean, like, I still really do like Chestnut, but like for example, Chespin Final Evolution fan art. I guess I just wanted him to be like more nimble. Like I did like the hedgehog route that he was going, but I just would have preferred something that wasn't like as big or as bulky. Like here, hold on, let me see if I can OBS add display capture. Well, you know what? Actually, let's do this. Let's get rid of my window capture. Remove. Yeah. Okay, so my screen should be black for you all now, and instead I'll do display capture. And I want it to be duplication of windows. Okay, no, that didn't work. Hold on one second. Remove. Yep. Display window capture? No. Man, I just wanted to like grab one of my screens. That's all I wanted to do. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Display. Not my primary monitor. This one. Yeah. Okay. So you all can see my video editing software still now. I really wanted it to be something like this guy. Or hold on. Open image and new tab. This is what I wanted like Chespin to evolve to. Something more nimble or cool. And I would have liked Grass Dark, but I also would have liked Grass Ground as well, like this. This is Grass Ground. This is Grass Ground. Something like that. Like this is over designed, right? Like it still has the fighting motif here with like the armor and stuff, but it's a bit over designed. This is just wrong in so many different ways. Now this I could have tolerated. This would have been good. So, I mean, I like Chestnut, and I do like Mega Chestnut a lot, and, like, you know, it just took 12 years to get Mega Chestnut. But I would have preferred something more nimble. Not this. This is, like, too sleek. This is perfect. This is, like, a really good mix between bulky... Like, this would have been, in my head, like, a physical attacker with, like, high speed. Or either physical attacker bulky or physical attacker high speed. It kind of gives me, like, Typhlosion vibes, you know? Like, this looks a little bit like Typhlosion. This guy on the left is just so cute. He's just, I love the hood, I love how happy he is. He looks like a little chipmunk, even though I know he's supposed to be, like, a porcupine or a hedgehog or something. But yeah, anyways, back to actually editing. So, yeah, whatchamacallit. You can hear my mouse clicks. Let's move them a little bit more to the left. Yeah.
They were also going to have a Meowstic
this is gonna be pretty long. So are these. Okay. Meowstick. Transparent. PNG. If I could just get the pairs, that'd be great. I think I got them. Yep, okay, cool. So here we go. There they are. Boop, boop. Right there. Quality is atrocious, but it's fine. I'm gonna put the Meowsticks on bottom. Mega Absol. For those of you that don't know too, I teach at a college. Like I do philosophy and religion classes and stuff, and I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. But that said, I have class in 13 hours from now, which isn't like a bad thing, but you know, I kind of don't want to stop video editing, and I still have to sleep, and then I also have my office hours with students before class starts if they want office hours, and then I normally still prep for like my lessons even though I do them well in advance. So in all honesty, what I'm saying is I should go to bed, but here we are, and I'm doing this instead because I love this. So I've just kind of also like needed things to do the past couple of days. Like I just get so bored, and there's things that I could be doing, but I'll be so real, the TISM doesn't tick until like late at night. So So, Pokemon XY fossils transparent. If I can get both of them together, I mean, I sort of got them together. Here's a picture that's got Tyrantrum with Tyrunt and Aurorus with Aroma or whatever it's called, which is nice, but it's also like a big chunk of the screen too. Like that's just more Pokemon than I need. So we'll just do Aurorus, grab it. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll do Tyrantrum, transparent. Yeah, we'll just grab both these. Okay. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't have the fossils beforehand, in all honesty. At least I don't remember them having them. People say that X and Y are two easy games, although I will be honest, yes, I feel like the late game is easy. Like, anything past, like, the 5th gym is really easy. I feel like the level curve up to getting the experience share to the 5th gym is still pretty standard. I mean, Ramos is just incredibly easy. Ramos is an easy gym, but that's largely because his ace is Go-Go, which is a really bad Pokemon. Clamont was, I think, more difficult, part of which just being the fact that Electric is a better typing than Grass, but I feel like the levels were just better at that point in the game as well. But anything after Clamont, I do feel like is really easy. Where's Tyrantrum? There you are. I feel like I want Aurorus on top. Yeah. And I can do this number instead. Good. Okay. go here. Hold on one second.
Just tiles.
Oh yeah, Talent Flame. Wait.
Then they will have the original version.
Talent Flame. Oh, what time is it now? It is 11:17. I've already been streaming for about an hour, and I am 5 minutes into this video that I'm editing. So, in all honesty, I probably will call it a night relatively soon, just because that's what the responsible person in me should do. But before I do go, something that is cool is a buddy of mine drew basically myself in like the Blue Lock art style. And some of you know that like I've been streaming the new like soccer game rematch and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. And so I actually just made a new thumbnail for live streaming rematch that has that art. So I really can't wait to use it because I think it's also it's just gonna look nicer in people's like YouTube feeds, and fan art always does good as far as like thumbnails and stuff go. So.
And then they will have the friendship.
Oh my god, I keep giving them multiple Pokemon. Oh my god, the fossil, technically the Meowstic's the same, but the fossils, the starters, and evolutions. I forgot about that. Espeon, transparent. That one Pokemon video that I made, that was, it was like all of my friends in their Pokemon adventure. It was like 2.5 hours long, I want to say. I was starting to get, what's it called? Like arthritis? Is that the thing? Or what's the thing where like your hand starts cramping or hurting really bad because like you're always on a computer? Why did I say arthritis? Is that right? Hold on. Arthritis. Oh wait, is it? Yes, it is. Arthritis. Cause inflammation and pain in the joints. Yeah, that's definitely what my hand had, and honestly I almost feel it a little bit as well as I'm editing this one. Part of it I feel like is just I just need a good like desk chair. I've never had a good computer desk chair, like ever. So because then like I feel like I can posture my hand correctly. Come on, Umbreon. There we go. We're gonna make it just a little bit bigger. I don't know. Looking back at this team composition, it's not bad, but like Mega Absol, Umbreon, Espeon, Meowstic on top of the Dark and or Psychic starter. Team composition, although this looks nice, team composition actually could have been a little better. I could have included some like other Kalos specific native Pokemon. I mean, like the starters, Meowstic, and the fossils, along with Sylveon, are good examples, and Mega Absol normally technically counts. I mean, I don't know. This is still a Kalos team, I feel like, aside barring the Absol and the Evolution. This doesn't look horrible. This does not look like a horrible team. But then you also have like the possible fire type overlap too. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So, because like they pick the starter that's strong against yours, but they also pick the Evolution that's strong against yours too. So, like, Espeon is made for Chestnut, Sylveon is made for Greninja, and Umbreon was made for Delphox. So, if your rival has Delphox, because you picked Chestnut, then they will also have Espeon and the Meowstic. That's 3 Psychic types. And if you pick Chestnut, then... Oh, wait, no. If you pick Greninja, then your rival will pick Chestnut, and then they will have Sylveon. Okay, so that's actually fine. But if you pick Delphox, they pick Greninja and Umbreon. So then Dark, and Dark. Yeah. Yeah, I probably could have done better with that team comp. I think I'll finish this stuff with the characters, and then we'll call it a night.
Pick Finnegan, they will have Umbreon, who is our sidekick, and if you pick Crokey, they will have Sylveon, who is Fairy Beast. And yes, I am aware that Fairy also uses Chespin. This was the best way that I knew to. So you'll battle them pretty often. Averages 4, 6, and 8, right? And then your next rival
Probably like right here. And then
is going to be Bonnie.
part of me wants to be lazy and just do like a Poke-Paste spreadsheet of her team rather than actually individually doing this like animation thing of like all the individual 6 Pokemon that she would have. I feel like that's less. I mean, it's less work, which is nice, but it's not as. I mean, I don't know. People do that with like screen caps from Bulbapedia and stuff too, and it still looks good. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Let's give it to Poke-Paste. Poke-Paste. What was her team? Rivals. I mean, it makes sense when I do it with teams like this, where their thing varies so often. And I guess Bonnie's team does, because Bonnie takes the weak starter. So... I don't know. Should I? I feel like, yeah, I feel like I should. I feel like I'm just cutting corners if I don't. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I really should move her though. Okay. I do like the idea of having multiple rivals. I feel like you should at least have 2 rivals. There should be 3 like main rival casts. There should be you and your 2 rivals. The reason being is because that third Pokemon being left behind is just kind of boring or sad, and like the fact that you can't in normally other games go back and retrieve it, right? So either A, the professor should use it in some sense. I believe that happens in Sun and Moon, which is cool, right? Like that's really cool. And then I think Leon also does it too in Sword and Shield because he gives you your starter, which was so weird. Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield were weird games. But I think it's just cooler when it's a rival instead of the professor, because then it feels like that the Pokemon, all 3 starters do get to travel, right? So like they have their own like actual, yeah, I mean like they go on a journey rather than just like being with the professor. Yeah, I think the last time I video edited live streamed, I was actually working on this video. Maybe not. Maybe it just was the Journeys video. Dedenne. Small and cute little Dedenne. Shiny Trevenant. Her team really wasn't made with, like, balance in mind. It quite literally was just, well, let me see what I can pull from the anime. So, which is still cool. Like, when characters do have, like, canon teams, I honestly really like it. 709. Where's 709? Oh, there it is. Which, like, you'll kind of see and notice in this video, I talk about that with Alon. I kind of do wish I took more liberty with this team because His team, particularly with Unpheasant, I just wasn't a big fan of. And then the fact that he also has Chestnut in Journeys. So it's like both Bonnie... Chestnut gets used by one of these three characters anyways. You pick Chestnut, your opposite rival picks Chestnut, or Bonnie picks Chestnut, right? But then Alon has Chestnut too. Like, you know, like how many Chestnuts are going around? So yeah, I probably would have taken some more liberty with Alon's team.
Story events in the post game, she will obtain 50
Whoa, wait a minute.
female trevenants, a Kudra,
Okay. Gudra. And then I think our last Pokemon was a Digger's Bee. Before the 50% Zygarde. Zygarde. I do really wish that X and Y got actual authentic DLC. I'm gonna be so real. I really wish it did. But you know, Pokemon was still getting their bearings with like 3D and stuff. Like Oras didn't have DLC either. So yeah. I wish it did though.
a Digger's Bee,
Like especially revolving around Zygarde.
and then after the story events in the post game, she will obtain 50
This is like such a crazy team. Like this is a fun team, you know? Like I like it when teams are pretty representative or indicative of their trainer. You know what I mean? Like this team screams Bonnie to me, which I guess is because this quite literally is just the list of Pokemon that she interacts with in the anime. But still,
Zygarde. You will battle her mostly before every other gym challenge, 1, 5, and 7, and then at the beginning of every other. So she wants to test her strength basically against you, not just like your strength as like a Pokemon trainer, but as a person as well. Bonnie's whole arc throughout the game would have been her not knowing what she wanted to do, if she wanted to follow in her mother's footsteps, if she wanted to basically be a certain assistant, if she wanted to be a gym leader in the core challenge. She just didn't know what she wanted to do, so that kind of comes to fruition, mostly with the post game revolving around Zygarde. Last up,
okay. Oop. There we go. Boop, 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 boop.
last up, your last third and final rival is none other than Alon.
I think I'll actually call it after I finish editing Alon, since he's the last member here of the rivals that has a team. I do love this render from Journeys though. This is a really good render. The Journeys animation style was honestly really good. I really liked it. It was definitely the happy medium between the drastic changes from Sun and Moon, from like XY, because the XY was pretty cut clear. It was just good, right? Like it was Pokemon the anime, quite literally Pokemon the anime, and then Sun and Moon was just a hard shift. Okay, Mega. I already know his team. Mega Charizard X. Transparent, blah blah blah. Okay. Mega Charizard X, and then Malamar. Transparent. I do like how all of his Pokemon in Journeys are capable of Mega Evolving. He's got to run that back with Leon. Chestnut, I already have Malamar, Charizard, and then Metagross. I gave him a Metagross. Because he has one in X and Y. That's a web file. That's fine. I'll just do the official actual render. Yeah, Metagross. And then I also like the fact that he had Tyranitar and Bisharp, because, like, assuming that he evolves that Bisharp into King Gambit, his team is kind of stacked. So much so that I really wonder who would win, Paul versus Alon. I feel like it's a pretty close battle. Now, like, Alon might have King Gambit, but Paul also might have Ursaluna. So, I mean, King Gambit is just a tough mon to deal with. It's really good. So, I don't know. I feel like that honestly could go in either way. Malamar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's Charizard? There's Charizard. 5, and then the Chestnut.
You find dropping down this region. You don't know much about him, but he's in the spot where it starts. He always leaves a trail and can be a trainer wherever he goes. You will battle him only a couple times. I think he was twice throughout the journey. So you know he is taking on some challenges. So sometime around June 4, you'll battle him for a pretty Pokemon, being Charizard.
I do love the fact that his scarf is supposed to represent the flames coming out of his Charizard's mouth. It's just like, it reminds me of that post about, like, JoJo villains. It's like, we have to find the enemy stand user, but whoever could they be? And then it's a clip of, like, Yugi Moto in his classroom of, like, regular people. Malamar and Unpheasant. Yeah, I did this to mix up his team from, like, to use an element from both. I probably could make these bigger at, like, the expense of space because his render is so wide. I mean, and that still looks fine. That looks really good. Rule of thirds type beat. So.
This is a mix between the team that
Yeah.
journeys and also the Malamar that he has. So, spoiler warning, Alon is also champion. So, in a very similar manner to how he lands like red, green game and fire red, Alon assumes the champion role for you battle Bianca.
Which, like, talking about Pokemon like Fire Red and Leaf Green, I feel like it is kind of like a little bit wasted that that they don't talk about who was, I guess, in the Elite Four before Blue takes over, right? Like, that's never addressed. And I know in some instances, like in Sun and Moon, it's like, okay, well, there's just the Elite Four. There is no champion. So by virtue of beating the Elite Four, you become champion. And that is a really cool thought, just to, like, the whole process. But, I mean, I don't know. There could have been a void spot, but it just makes you think that there was a champion prior to Lance, right? Or sorry, that there was an Elite Four member prior to Lance, who got demoted by virtue of Blue climbing. But I don't know. That's so cool. Because, like, what type would it have been? You know what I mean? Because, like, actually, let's talk about this real quick. Let's extend Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green, all boss. And then, like, get it on, like, Bulbapedia. Here it is. Gym Leader in Elite Four. Okay, so Rock, Water, Electric, Grass, Poison, Psychic, Fire, Ground, and then Ice, Fighting, Ghost, and Dragon. And then Blue, who uses a variety of mons. So, I guess for starters, Normal isn't represented here. There's no Normal type. A Normal type Elite Four member would have gone crazy. Like Tauros, Kangaskhan, Snorlax, I mean, I guess Raticate. I mean, you could have done normal flying as well. Like, they could have had Dodrio, Pidgeot, Fearow, anything like that. Or, I mean, they could have been a flying specialist. Because, I mean, we sort of have that with Lance already because he uses so many flying-type Pokemon. Aerodactyl, Dragonite, Charizard, Gyarados. So, even though Lance is a quote-unquote dragon specialist, I guess you can't really have a flying type specialist because so many Pokemon just overlap. Like, they would have to use Pidgeot, Fearow, Dodrio, which are all normal flying. And then aside from these flying types that Lance uses, sorry, I'm over here now. Aside from these flying types that Lance uses later, like Gyarados, Charizard, Aerodactyl, I guess he doesn't use them here, but aside from these other flying types that he uses, it's like I get Articuno, Zapdos, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? So, let's actually look this up. Who was Elite Four before Blue? Yeah, here we go. He is the leader of the Elite Four, but he's not champion. People are like Professor Oak, blah blah blah. You can make the argument that there was no champion prior to Blue. Yeah, prior to Gen 1, we don't know who the details are for champion, blah blah blah. I don't know. I like the idea of Lance being champion. Who was the champion before Blue? It's Lance. Technically, it was Lance, and before Lance, it was Professor Oak. Ooh. Yeah, pretty sure it was Lance. Blue defeated him. So if Oak was champion, I mean, that would explain why Oak is there. Orange. I know this isn't canon. Pokemon read the dialogue of their game level impossible, but in all seriousness, Lance says something about congrats, you're now the champion, is what I would say. Yeah. Champion was more of a rank that multiple people could hold at once, similar to Paldea's League. Yeah. Depending on the version. Blueberry Academy, blah, blah, blah. Probably just some random dude. But yeah, okay, so, like, what other types are there that's not represented here? There's normal. I mean, Dark and Steel, but they don't exist in Gen 1, so, or Fairy. So there should have been 15 types. This is 12 of them. Normal is 1. Flying is another. So I guess there's 2 more types. It's not represented here. What ones am I missing? Poison. There's Psychic, Poison. There's already Poison. There's already Ghost. What type am I missing? We already have Electric. We already have Grass. We already have Ground. No, Lorelai's Ice. Dude, Bruno's team sucks. I wish. Why doesn't he have a Primeape? Why does he have 2 Onyx? Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, Machamp, and Primeape. Isn't there another fighting type Kanto Pokemon? Poliwrath. Yeah, he could have had Poliwrath as well. Poliwrath and Primeape. Bro, what type am I? Okay. Pokemon types. Bug. Bug is one of them. Okay. So, Bug, Flying, Normal. Okay, there is no Dark. Dragon is Lance. Electric is Surge. There is no Fairy. Fighting is Bruno. Ice is Lorelai. Ground is Giovanni. Grass is Erica. Ghost is Agatha. There is no Flying. Fire is Blaine. There is no Normal. Poison is Koga. Psychic is... what's her name? Sabrina. Rock is Brock. There is no Steel type. Water is Misty. Okay, so it really is just those 3 types. Normal, Flying, and Bug are the only types not represented in the Pokemon League. So, okay, what if we made... I am, like, delaying my bedtime so bad here. Team building, new team. Actually, no, new box, because we're going to build a team. Kanto, E4, missing no? Question mark? Alright, so, like, Bug would have been... let's do Kanto Dex. Can you not show me more than just 4 at a time in every row? Okay, yeah, no. Give me Cerebi. Cerebi's Pokédex is really good. Nat Dex. Yep, here we go. Okay. Actually, can I do search bug? Can I do that? No, it's gonna search them by name, not by icon. Okay, that's fine. Can I search this by type? List of all bug type Pokemon. Pokemon database. Okay. So Butterfree, Beedrill, Parasect, Venomoth, Koga has, but I mean that's fine. So okay, hold on. Butterfree's 1, then Beedrill, Parasect, Venomoth, Scyther, Pinsir. So that's 6. That's a team of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that would have. I mean, they only use 5, don't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Butterfree, Beedrill, Parasect, Scyther, Pinsir, and Venomoth. I mean, this honestly isn't bad. The weakest link is obviously Butterfree and Beedrill. Parasect can do some stuff with Effect Spore. Scyther with like Technician is probably a pain. Pinsir definitely is a pain with Moxie. I mean, even if it didn't have Moxie, Hypercutter preventing debuffs from like Arcanine Intimidate is pretty good. Mold Breaker, this Pokemon moves and their effects ignore the abilities of other Pokemon. I don't know how effective that would have been in Gen 3, because it's not like Shedinja's a thing, right? So Hypercutter probably. Venomoth, Wonderskin, status moves with accuracy checks are 50% accurate when used on this Pokemon. What? Is that a... Status moves with accuracy checks are 50% accurate when used on this Pokemon? Oh, okay. So, like, it's more evasive. Okay. Are not very effective on a target. Wait, this Pokemon's attacks that are not very effective on a target. Oh, deal double damage, Tinted Lint. That's good. I mean, yeah, this is probably what... Like, Compound Eyes for powder moves would have been good. I don't know. Swarm or Sniper doesn't really matter. Beedrill and Butterfree would not... I don't know. Butterfree would have been fine. If you just, like, buff its speed, special attack, and, I don't know, probably defense or special defense or something. Beedrill, you want to buff that physical attack and that speed, and then the rest doesn't really matter. Parasect, you have pretty decent defense. Your offense is kind of... I don't know. I was expecting this to be, like, a bulkier Pokemon, I guess, with, like, higher base HP. So, I mean, I guess you can do this if you wanted. And then Scyther, we're going to use that speed stat. We're going to use that special attack stat. And then HP, I guess. Pinsir, we're going to do that. Your speed isn't honestly very good. So maybe HP and then speed. Venomoth, I guess special attack and speed. So, yeah, like, that's probably what we would do if we had a Bug-type trainer. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's type up normal. I already feel like I know what I'm going to do with this one, though. We're going to ignore the flying types. Just because, like, by default, they're all normal type for the most part, with few exceptions. So we have Raticate, we have Wigglytuff, we have Persian, Lickitung, Chansey, Kangaskhan, Tauros, Ditto, Eevee, but we're not including Eevee, Porygon, Snorlax. Okay, so we're definitely doing Snorlax and Tauros. And while Ditto, I think, would have been a really good, like, good pick, I feel like you go Chansey, Lickitung, Kangaskhan. Chansey. No, not Lickitung. Lickitung. Is Blissey a Gen 4 mon? I feel like it is. If it's Gen 2, then you can include it here. I'm pretty confident Blissey... No, Blissey is Gen 2. Okay, so yeah, you can run... Because we're doing this for, like, Fire Red and Leaf Green. So Blissey, bro. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is already a really good core. And then honestly, our last one can be anything. It can be Eradicate, it can be Persian. I mean, it could even be Far-Fetched. Well, no, because I guess we have to save it for flying. So I guess Ditto. Ditto would be unique and cute. With Limber. So, okay, that's a good normal team. And then, I guess last for flying, I mean, the obvious answer are Pidgeot, Dodrio, and Fearow. And then, I guess Farfetch'd. Let's check the rest of our flying mons here. I mean, Charizard is here, but we're excluding Charizard. Butterfree, Pidgeot, Fearow. I guess Golbat. Golbat's an option. And then just Scyther, and then Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and then the birds. So, and then Dragonite, of course. We are kind of limited. Who uses Golbat? Does anyone use Golbat? Agatha does. So, I don't know. Having... The Elite Four teams don't really overlap. Well, no. Okay, Blue uses a Gyarados and a Charizard, and Lance has a Charizard later, but he's got a Gyarados as well. So, I don't know. That overlap, I feel like, is fine. Right? Gyarados, maybe? Or, I mean, we could do one of the bugs. Or no, we were gonna do Golbat. That's what we were gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5. And then, yeah, so we can do... I don't want to do Scyther, because I feel like the bug is too indicative for our other Elite Four member. So is Butterfree. So that honestly leaves... We could double up, because some of these guys do double up. Like Bruno with 2 Onix, Agatha with Gengar, and Haunter. Lance with Dragonite. So, I mean, we can double up, I guess. We can do like a Pidgeotto, or another Fearow, maybe. I don't know, I just feel like Pidgeotto is so weak compared to like this point in the game. But then again, one of our Elite Four members is using using 2 of the aces of our first gym. So Pidgeotto may not be that far-fetched. So I don't really know who fits this team. I don't want to put Scyther or Butterfree here. Do we have another pick? Butterfree, Scyther. I mean, I guess Gyarados or Aerodactyl. We already have 2 Gyarados users in the Elite Four. Lance is Aerodactyl. We could run... I don't know about us running an Aerodactyl. It would be one thing if we were a Rock-type specialist, but since we're flying... yeah, I don't know. I mean, all of these Elite Four members only use 5 Pokemon anyways. So that would make for a fine team. And then if we had to cut one from each team, for normal, you would probably cut Ditto. And for Bug, maybe Venomoth. Because Scyther and Pinsir go together. Parasect is just pretty good. I don't even think Erica uses Parasect. No, she doesn't. And then Beedrill and Butterfree kind of go together. So, I guess Venomoth. So this would be your Elite Four team. Butterfree, Beedrill, Parasect, Scyther, Pinsir. Snorlax, Tauros, Blissey, Lickitung, Kangaskhan. Pidgeot, Dodrio, Fearow, Farfetch'd, Golbat. Alright, that was a fun side project. Back to editing and then going to bed.
His team is Mega Charizard X, Chestnut, Malamar.
I guess, yeah, Chestnut.
Last number 4 is Alon. His team is Mega Charizard X, Chestnut,
Yeah, in hindsight, I really should have removed this Chestnut.
Malamar,
Doesn't he also have an Aggron in the anime? I think him and Paul both have Aggron.
Tar, Metagross, Chestnut, Malamar, Tyranitar, Tar, Metagross.
I kind of don't like it when these things overlap unintentionally. But, I mean, it's par for the course. It's okay. My dog is so cute. He's sleeping on the couch behind me right now.
And Unfezant. So this was essentially a mix of his two teams, again, from XYZ the anime, and also Journeys. So Charizard X, Chestnut, Malamar, Journeys, Tyranitar, Metagross, and Unfezant.
I mean, here's the thing with Unfezant. Unfezant is such a unique pick for Alon because it doesn't really match like the rest of his vibe, right? Like he's got the Bisharp, he's got the Weavile, he's got the T-Tar, Metagross, and I want to say he uses an Aggron at some point. So like it just doesn't fit him. And I mean, I know that he has the Bisharp, but Unfezant for a Unova representative on his team is so interesting to me, as opposed to like something else that's more like, ironically enough, like metal, like Bisharp. You know what I mean? Like no Escavalier, no Excelgor, no Volcarona, no. I mean, like whatever else. It's Unfezant. It's the Route Bird, right? Which is cool against like Talonflame when you compare it against Ash. But it is just interesting. Like, let's look at the rest of his team real quick. Alon. It is the French given name of Celtic origin, meaning handsome or cheerful. That's so funny. And it's also the name of a French philosopher who's a pacifist. I had no idea. That's honestly really cool. Oh, this is the PokeWiki. I don't like the PokeWiki. Let's go to Bulbapedia. Okay, yeah. Pokemon he owns. So Charizard, Metagross, T-Tar, Weavile, Bisharp, Unfezant, Chestnut, Malamar. Okay, and then he found the Gibble. So he doesn't have an Aggron. But yeah, like Chestnut is a little bit of a weird pick because I think it's just more of his friend's Chespin. I don't think it's actually like, I think he just borrowed it, maybe. Marin. Yeah, Marin, I think is her name. So yeah, I just don't really know, like, what other Pokemon would you give him? Like, Chestnut and Unfezant are just weird picks. Malamar is a cool Kalos pick. It's a more niche one, especially before it got the Mega Evolution. I've always been a fan of Malamar. And then, like, Metagross is like, well, this is also Steven's ace. And Alon kind of does have this rivalry with Steven. And then T-Tar and Weavile and Bisharp are great, but they're also all dark types. And they are all quad weak to fighting. T-Tar, Weavile, I mean... So it's like... I don't know, maybe a ghost type? If you were to give him a Unova Pokemon, maybe Golurk or Chandelure. Because, well, maybe not Chandelure, because he's got the fire type here. Golurk would have been cool as a ground type too, because he doesn't have anything like that, and it would have benefited maybe from the sand from T-Tar. Chestnut, I don't really know, again, still, yeah, this was just a weird pick, this Chestnut. I don't know, like, what else you would have given him. Like, why give him another starter mon? He already has Charizard. Yeah. Anyways.
We were considering him giving like unique Pokemon to this main game. We have some really cool ones too.
Yeah, like Nidoking would have been cool. Like giving him some things to like compare him with like Gary, for example, who's also a really good prominent rival of Ash. Because Gary has a crap ton of Pokemon. Blastoise, Arcanine, Umbreon, Electivire. He has his own T-Tar, Hatterene, and then he gets Regidrago. And then he has all these other Pokemon that are in storage. So like his Krabby, Nidoking, Dodrio, Nidoqueen. His Nidoqueen, Magmar, and Scizor. These are like prime Pokemon of his, including the Umbreon. I feel like the Umbreon, the Blastoise are also really good picks. Him having Electivire in Diamond and Pearl was also really cool. Although it was also weird because Paul had one, right? So.
Yeah, I don't know if we would have ever changed it. We probably would have. We just ran up with that's a theme here. But and then yeah, the chestnut is a little strange because it was like, what if you know he's from the other guy? Because all three, Bonnie, Stella, and you main characters we have. So I don't know. We might have changed this. But, all right, next.
All right. So yeah, that's it. Boink. Okay, I'm gonna add fade filters on all of these, and then high key, actually seriously, calling it a night. Favorites, scroll down. Fade. Sweet.
So when you were playing this person, Stella. Last up.
Okay, cool. So, anyways, guys, yep, thanks for watching the stream. Really appreciated. You know, I guess just getting some work done, whether you guys were actually here or not. So, well, I will, I guess, talk to you guys later. This is Jake.